So you're having problems with your printer. It's not printing correctly. And you're thinking about using one of these cleaning solutions for your inkjet printer. Now I'm going to show you how to use this product. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to run a test page. So we're going to try and print this. Yep, that didn't work. It's red. Okay, so normally you go to the maintenance section on your printer, you do a nozzle check, and you print out paper and check it out. Yeah, only red's coming out. So after that, you clean the print heads. And then if it didn't get any better, then you'd end up using this product. But first, a quick disclaimer. According to printers manufacturer, using third-party supplies will void printer's warranties. Please be clear that your printer is out of warranty and you want to solve this problem on your own. We hold no responsibility for printers using this product and void their warranty. Okay, first thing you want to do is you want to turn your printer off. Once it's off, then we'll unplug it. Now let's check out the container and see what they gave us. So it comes with some rubber gloves, comes with some various tips, clean-in solution, it's a little thank you card, and we'll see what else is in there. Okay, so we have this tube here, guess it connects to the syringe, and some clean-in tips, and some directions. The directions are okay, they're not too detailed. So I'm going to be working on this EPSON ECOTANK. First thing I'm going to do is lift the lid, and there's a screw in the corner here. We're going to unscrew it, remove that screw, and then there's another screw in the corner. So we'll remove that one as well. Then we're going to lower this flap in the front, and we're going to lift the lid open. Now what I would suggest is if you had some chopsticks or a stick or something, you could use that to hold the lid open. And just put it in the corner and it'll keep the lid open. And then you're able to access the printer and work on it. Now I didn't end up doing that. I actually ended up removing the lid, which you can remove the lid, but you have to be very careful because sometimes some wires can get unplugged and you can run into some more issues. But the lid can come off and you can set it aside. I would not suggest doing that. So first thing I figured you had to do was unplug these ink cartridges. But actually, a better thing that you could do is you could get a paper towel. You can place it down inside the printer. And we're going to try and move this printer head carrier over. I like to call it a trolley. And there's this little tiny white tab in there. And if you push that white tab, then you're able to move this trolley over. Just push it over. Get the paper towel totally underneath it. And we're actually going to clean this area first. This is the ink absorb pad. It's located right here. So we'll clean that. So we're going to need the syringe and we'll need the tube. So we'll just push the tube onto the syringe. And then we're going to have to open up this clean-in solution. Just unscrew the lid, cut open the cap, put the tube into the liquid. And we'll suck up some of the liquid. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to put a few drops on this ink absorb pad. You have to be very careful not to overflow it. A few drops at a time. And then once I put the drops down, I usually like to clean it. So I'm going to use a paper towel this time. I'll use that to absorb some of it. And then you're going to have to repeat this process 2 or 3 times. So we'll put down some more of the clean-in solution. And this time we're actually going to let it sit in there. And we'll move on to clean in the rest of the printer. So we're going to unplug all these ink cartridges. You just push the little tab in the back and you can pull the ink cartridges out. Okay, once we have them all removed. So we're going to need a tip. So I'm going to do a test fit with one of the tips that they provided. And I'm going to need something to connect it to the tube. So we'll use this little connector piece they gave us. We'll connect this little yellow tip. Seems going better this way. Now you can see my hands are getting covered with printer ink. Now you can wear gloves. I chose not to. We'll put the connector piece on, put the little tip in place, and then we'll attach the tip. And we're going to inject some of this cleaning solution, and we're just going to push it very slowly. Now I'm actually starting with the color. I'm going to do the black last. That one seemed to go in pretty easily. Okay, and then we'll remove it and move on to the next color. Now this one here, I'm trying to inject the cleaning solution and it doesn't seem to go in. So I'm just going to let it sit there for a little bit. Now I'll move on to the next one. And this one as well. I'm pushing it, it doesn't seem to move that well. I don't want to use much force, but I'm just trying to pump a little bit of the solution in there. I can see it leaking out onto the paper towel, and we'll switch over to the black. Push some more of the solution in there. And we'll remove the tip. Okay, now we'll move the trolley over and remove the paper towel. Okay, and then we'll place a new paper towel down and move the trolley over. Pull the paper towel out the other side. Then we'll continue again. But first we're actually going to clean the trolley area. I'm using a paper towel. You can use the little cleaning brushes that they provide. Those work very well. Okay, and then we'll repeat the process. And I did this about 2 or 3 times. Changed out the paper towel. And then once everything was clean and dry, then I end up putting the computer ink back in place. It just clicks in place. Then over here, this ink absorb pad, I just cleaned it one last time using one of these cleaning tips. Now I move the trolley over. I noticed that you had to push that little white button again to get to completely go over. And then once it was in place, then I lowered the lid, closed the flap, put the 2 screws in, plugged it in, and turned it on. Now the first thing I did was I went and did a nozzle check. So I ran that, and only the black came out. So I put in there's missing segments, and I cleaned the printer heads. So I ran that cycle, took about 3 minutes. And once it was complete, I started getting more of the yellow and the blue, and then finally, after running about 3-4 times, I ended up getting all the colors. And then I ran a test page again. And it came out great. I mean, that looks awesome compared to the first test page. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, think about subscribing to my YouTube channel. Keep you up to date on all my future videos, and leave a comment about what you liked or what you didn't like. Thanks again for watching.